Have you seen the headlines? That the silver market is collapsing because of a massive breakthrough in graphene? The story goes that graphene, a revolutionary carbon material, has finally reached industrial scale. It's supposedly making silver obsolete in electronics, solar panels, and batteries, liquidating its industrial value in real time. The narrative is everywhere. Social media, financial blogs, screaming about seismic shifts and massive wealth transfers away from precious metals. It sounds incredibly convincing, right? A cheaper, better synthetic alternative is replacing an expensive traditional material. So we decided to investigate. Is any of this actually true? What we found is going to surprise you. Let's look at what's really happening in the silver market. Far from collapsing, industrial silver demand is set to hit a staggering 680 million ounces in 2024. That accounts for roughly 60% of the entire global demand for silver. And get this, the silver market is actually experiencing its 6th consecutive annual deficit, meaning demand is consistently outstripping supply. If silver was being replaced, you'd expect the opposite. Even more telling is the price. In early 2026, silver prices didn't crash. They surged, crossing $94 per ounce globally. That's a massive rally, not a collapse. The data just doesn't support the story of silver's demise. So, what about graphene? Is it really replacing silver at an industrial scale? The graphene market is indeed growing impressively, reaching nearly $2 billion in 2026 with an annual growth rate of over 20%. That's fantastic progress for a new technology, but it's nowhere near large enough to liquidate silver's dominant position. Let's take solar panels, which are silver's single biggest industrial application. Companies like Graph Energy Tech, often cited in these claims, are still in the research and development phase. Their projects to use graphene in solar cells only began in January 2025. These are experimental, not mass production replacements that are wiping out silver demand today. Now, it is true that the solar industry is trying to reduce its silver usage, but they aren't doing it by switching to graphene. Instead, manufacturers are focusing on incremental efficiency improvements. They're developing thinner conductive pastes, using better application techniques, and optimizing the grid patterns on solar cells to use less silver per panel. Despite these efficiency gains, the sheer growth of the solar industry means overall silver demand is still skyrocketing. Global solar PV capacity is forecast to hit 665 gigawatts in 2026. This level of production will require between 120 and 125 million ounces of silver for solar panels alone. That's not a collapsed market. That's record level demand year after year. So, why are these false claims spreading so aggressively? This has all the hallmarks of coordinated market manipulation. It's a classic playbook. Take a real, exciting technological development, in this case, graphene's progress, and then massively exaggerate its current impact to create a false sense of urgency. The sensational headlines are designed to create fear, trigger panic selling among uninformed investors, and allow others to profit from the volatility. Any investor who sold their silver based on these fabricated claims would have missed out on one of the strongest commodity rallies of 2026. Let's recap the facts. The claim that graphene is liquidating the silver supply chain is fundamentally false. The actual data shows that silver's industrial demand is at a record high. The market is in its 6th consecutive year of a supply deficit. Silver prices have been surging, not collapsing. And graphene, while promising, is still largely in the research and development phase for most large-scale industrial applications, especially as a silver replacement. The bottom line is this: always be skeptical of headlines that promise instant, dramatic revolutions. Real technological change is almost always gradual, complex, and far less theatrical than the clickbait suggests. This is Nexis News, breaking down the truth for you. Subscribe for more fact-based analysis that cuts through the market manipulation and media hype. Have you seen these claims about silver and graphene? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and we'll see you in the next one.